Looking to upgrade your workspace without spending a fortune? Whether you're working from home or setting up your first office, a good chair doesn't have to break the bank. In today's video, we're counting down the top 5 basic office chairs for 2025, simple, reliable, and comfortable picks that get the job done without all the gimmicks. From budget-friendly to ergonomically smart, these are the chairs that deliver real value. Let's get into it. We have included links in the description, so make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Starting at number 1. Steelcase Gesture. Steelcase's Gesture is comfortable no matter how you're sitting. It's an attractive chair, too, with several colorful upholstery options. The seat form is cushy, and while some might find it thin, it feels plush coming from a Herman Embody. I like how you can extend the seat depth forward with a twist of a knob, super elegant, which is a good descriptor for the gesture on the whole. The recline knob smartly offers a series of clicks to indicate the angles you can lock, and even adjusting the armrests, whether you want to move them up or down, left or right, or forward and back, is fluid without any jerky movements. The backrest aligns nicely with the back, and you can grab the tabs to adjust the lumbar support to hit the curve of your spine. All this makes for a comfortable sitting experience, even more so if you add the headrest upgrade. I typically don't care for the headrest, but I used it here more than any other chair. It sticks forward quite a bit, so I don't need to lean my head back as far to let it rest. Assembly was easy too, as it was a matter of putting the seat pan on the legs because the backrest and seat were already pre-assembled. The only thing to note is that since this is an all-foam chair, you may run warm, especially in the summer, unless you can crank the AC to keep your home office cool. Number 2. Herman Aeron. The Herman Aeron has long been a recommendation in this guide, but that came from a few of my wired colleagues who swear by it. It's durable, supportive, and airy, not to mention the fact that this is an iconic office chair that graces workspaces all over the world. I decided it's finally time for me to give the goat its due and try it for myself. Initially, I found the Aeron a little too bouncy. The mesh is very firm, but after a few days, I didn't mind this as much. The levers on the Aeron are not where you'd expect. The seat height lever, for example, isn't all the way on the underside of the chair, but on the right edge of the seat. The arm height lever is at the very back of the arm frame. It feels a little like I'm operating a spaceship with all these knobs and levers. I highly recommend watching the adjustment tutorial after setting up the chair to maximize comfort. It comes in 3 sizes, A, B, and C, with C being the largest. That's what I tested with the adjustable Posture Fit SL, tilt limiter and seat angle, and fully adjustable arms. Number 3. Herman Embody. It might take you a week or 2, maybe even a month, to get used to the Herman Embody, but it's well worth your patience. This is what I fall back on after testing all other chairs, and it always feels like a breath of fresh air. Its upright positioning supports my back well and eases lingering back pain from years of sitting in a cheap gaming chair. The seat feels rigid at first, but eventually becomes surprisingly pillowy, and the armrests stay firmly in place. It does a nice job of whisking heat away from my body, though not as well as all mesh options. It's one of the most adjustable models around. You can pull out the seat, change the height and angle of the armrests, and tweak the back fit adjustment to follow your spine's natural curve. Did I mention it's pretty? I'd argue this is one of the most eye-catching designs around, especially with the rib-like pattern on the back. Not to mention the surprisingly small footprint. I know, it's incredibly spendy. I bought it for roughly $1,465 back in 2020, and the price has skyrocketed since. But what's amazing is that after more than 5 years in this chair, it feels just as good as new with barely any squeaks. Number 4. Staples Dexley Ergonomic Mesh Swivel Task Chair. If you have to sit at a desk for a living, I strongly urge you to save up and buy a nice, high-end chair. Buy once, cry once, right? But sometimes that's just not possible. If you need a chair now and have a tight budget, get the Staples Dexley 6/10 wired review. The office supply company hasn't steered me wrong yet. The Dexley is the best budget chair, miles better than most cheap chairs on Amazon. Does it have flaws? Of course. But at its frequently discounted $170 price, you can't find much better. The all-mesh seat is great for airflow, keeping you cool, though the mesh itself is a little rough on the skin. It's decently adjustable, includes a headrest, and putting it all together took me about 15 minutes. I previously recommended the Staples Hyken here. That chair is still available and might be better suited for shorter people. One thing to note is that the seat may sink in a little over time, something that happened on the Hyken. I'd be surprised if the Dexley lasts a decade, but hey, it's less than $200. Number 5. Staples Essentials Ergonomic Fabric Swivel Task Chair. The Staples Essentials Task Chair is regularly under $80 on sale, making it the cheapest chair in this guide. It's not very adjustable with a fixed back and static armrests, but it's relatively uncomplicated. The simple design makes assembly a breeze. The build quality and material thickness are what you'd expect at this price, but it's not bad. It can support a weight up to 275 pounds, and the mesh back feels solid but still flexible enough that you can move around a bit. The bottom cushion provides ample support when sitting. You can adjust the height and tilt tension and lock the tilt, but that's about it. If your budget is tight, this will do, but the lack of adjustability will severely limit this chair's practicality and comfort over prolonged use. If you can, save up for the Staples Dexley for a better budget seating experience.